A little over a year ago, I set out on a quest to create my own do-it-yourself Warhammer Quest board game. This is a game that I really enjoy, and over the time that I've been working on this project, Little Monk has been releasing pretty much everything that you can just purchase from him to complete your own Warhammer Quest game. And recently he has updated all of the character books and re-released them in a newer version with some minor corrections from feedback from players. And I have printed out all of these booklets and bound them, and also made all of the card components that go with each one of these character books. It has been a long project, and in this video I kind of want to just show off everything that I've made, some of my storage solutions, but really talk about how I go about accomplishing a task like this. So let's get into this. Welcome to Solitary RPG. So what exactly are we looking at here on my table? So I have printed out the 27 character books that Little Monk has released. These are some of the original characters that were released for Warhammer Quest through expansions, White Dwarfs, and everything like that. And I believe some of these are fan-made or he has created them himself. But yeah, I've got the 27 different character books for everything available on Little Monk's website, and I will put a link in the description if you want to take on a task like this yourself. These books come in two different print formats. You got single page print format, and he also did the booklet spread, which is awesome. Made it really easy to create these booklets where you just simply print them out. I printed all of mine out on matte photo quality, so that all of the color is very vibrant and they look amazing. Fold them in half, staple bound them, and cut the excess off. I will put a link in the description to the video where I go through all that. But this is a lot of character books, and this was a big project. And it can be overwhelming for anybody that's trying to get into Warhammer Quest. They see all this great content out there and they're like, oh, I want to make all this. And this can be overwhelming. And then on top of that, I made all of the character cards that go along with each one of the books. Some of these characters, like the elf and the sister of Sigmar, the two that just off the top of my head, have multiple character cards. Like they have different classes or different types, and you're doing more character cards. So I actually have more than 27 character cards in here. Some of the classes, again, the elf and some of the chaos characters, they have spells that you have to print off and cut out, so it can be a lot. And each one of these character packs will have equipment and skills and other cards that you're going to want to print out and make into components. So we're going to look at the outlaw here. All of my character packs are put into these little plastic Ziploc bags I picked up at Hobby Lobby in the crafts section. Just fits everything nicely. Pull out your character card, then you pull out all of the other components that go with it, and here you go. So all of these are on cardstock, like a chipboard, pretty thick if you ask me. And then I printed out all of my paper, or all the images, on sticker paper, stuck it onto the chipboard, cut everything out cut everything out, and then laid a clear laminate over it so they can last a long time. But yeah, this is a big project, and it can take a long time for someone to complete a project like this, like it did me. This did not happen overnight. I still had a lot of life stuff get into the way of doing all this, with vacations with my wife and my job and taking care of my home, just everything. So it took time. So how did I do this? Like, it was just one of those things that I just had to stop and recognize that this was going to be a lot of work, and I just had to chip away at it slowly. So I'm a miniatures painter. I paint miniatures, I paint armies, I have tons and thousands and lots of miniatures, and I love painting. It's very relaxing. Just like this is very relaxing, making these books and making all these cards. It's just a very relaxing way of disconnecting from the stressors of society. But when you start something like this, you can be like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. And the way I did it is I just prioritized. I decided, okay, I wanted to get the main characters done first so that I can actually play the game. So I got all the main characters I wanted to play done first. And then I just did one a week. Like every week I would print one of these out, get it all, everything printed, the book and the character card components and everything that went with this one character. And then throughout the week, all I did was just sat down and just, when I had 10-15 minutes, instead of doom scrolling on my phone or watching mindless TV, I would sit down and start working on a character pack. And I just chipped away at it one a week. Some weeks I got 2 done because the character packs didn't have a lot of components and they were easy for me to get done. But it's just slowly grinding away at it, and it was always nice because each week I would finish another one. Some weeks I didn't get anything done. That's just life. You can't beat yourself up on it. You can't stress yourself out over it. This is a passion project. Like you got to let your passion just flow and just enjoy the experience. And that's all I did. And that's how I accomplish my army painting projects or anything big I have to do in my life. Is I don't focus so much on the end result. So I'm not worried about, oh my gosh, this is everything I got to get done. It's very stressful. Oh, I can't get it done, and giving up. Nope. Just stop. Just print one out, work on the one, and then move on to the next one. And just, it's the whole, like back when I was a kid, how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. That's what you're doing here. Just one bite at a time. Getting a book done and moving on. As far as storage solutions go for this box that I picked up here, this is a photo box I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and all of my cards fit beautifully in it. And then you just pop the lid on and everything's good to go in this nice black box. I can label it, Warhammer Quest if I wanted to. The only thing that doesn't fit in here and you're not seeing are the spell cards. So for the elf and the chaos, one of the chaos characters, there's a bunch of spell cards. Those are not in here. Those are going to go into like a general box with all my character tokens and all that kind of stuff. But all the cards fit beautifully in this box, so I really like this. The way I'm storing all of these character booklets, so I purchased the board game box from Little Monk. Done a video on it, but it's all full of the dungeon tiles and everything like that. So that box is full. So these aren't going to fit in. Plus I have all of the adventure books from Little Monk. Those are in another box. So I had to find another way of storing all these. And what I went with is Escape the Dark Castle. So I bought the big box set for Escape the Dark Castle. And I didn't know what to do with all these little expansion boxes because they're too much wasted space in these boxes when they sell them with vacuum form and things like that. So I didn't know what to do with them, but they work out perfectly for this. So if I kind of stack these books in here crisscross, so where the spines are on the outer side of each one, I can fit all of these character books into one box like this. It does overfill it, so I will need to use a rubber band to close this box. But in the end, I can keep them all stored in this one box. So let me get these all loaded up. Once you have them loaded up, they are overstacking the box, that's okay. You just put the lid on and you can kind of smush it together. I have this kind of big rubber band. I don't know where I got it, but I kept it and I just rubber band it down and it crushes everything in place. So with all my character booklets in this box and all of my cards in this box, these have all found their home. So when I go to play, I can just flip through this and get the stuff that I want to use, and life is good. So a big thank you to Little Monk for taking the time to keep this game alive and well in the community. These new character booklets, he is selling them. So if you wanted, he does like print runs throughout the year. So you have to follow along on his Facebook page or become a member on the forum page. And throughout the year, he will do a at cost print run. I know this is one of the things that are on his schedule to print. I have not seen the printed versions yet, but I'm sure they're at the same level of quality of the adventure books that he's done and the box that he's done and the tiles that he's done. These are going to be amazing. I just wanted to do this as a do-it-yourself project. I wanted to have a little bit of me in my Little Monk version of Warhammer Quest. So that's why I wanted to do this one myself. It was a fun project and it just kept me busy, kept my idle hands busy, chopping away and just having a good time. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos while doing it. But yeah, so I'll put links to everything in the description if you're interested in trying to take on this big project yourself. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal when you get something that feels overwhelming like this. Just take it one step at a time. Just enjoy the journey of life. Don't get stressed out about everything that, perfectionism or just how overwhelming something can be. Just start working on it. Just work on, prioritize. Like, I want to get certain things done first. Once I get these few things done, then I can just start working on it little by little. So thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.